My first story is called White Feather. It's a true story. It's been embroidered perhaps over 200 years, but it happened. In our part of the country, it wasn't always, peaceable. In the 1600s, the Dutch were wandering up, making their way up from New York. They were on the west bank of the Hudson. By the early 1700s, the English were adding pressure by coming in along the Connecticut River, aiming at the east bank. There were incursions and fears of something worse. So the authorities hit upon a plan. They decided they would encourage Quakers to occupy some of that empty land up above Albany, all up the headlands. Well, they were respected. They were known to be peaceable. Although people did wonder at some of their habits, such as offering the hand to any person, regardless of his station. Well, life went along and it worked, and now we were in the late 1770s, leading up to the Battle of Saratoga, although of course people didn't know it at the time. No longer were there just two batches of colonialists. No. Now you had Her Majesty's Army, which was known to have allied itself with the Abenaki and possibly the Mohawks. Rumors flew. And it did not help that people you had trusted and known all your life were now saying rebel, even as you said Tory, loyalist, or patriot, you would say. Well, the authorities sent word north now. It is not safe. Come south. You must come south, at least south of Albany. Well, in New Easton, a meeting led by Zebediah Hoxie met, discussed the options, and sent the word back. We are the enemy of no man who passes here. We will stay. The children, of course, knew what was going on. Benjamin, he told his sister Sarah, thee and me and everybody, they call us Bostonaki. He liked the sound. The older boys had told him that meant accursed Bostonians. Benjamin really wished they would go south. He thought maybe Father would put them all in a boat and they'd go all the way down river, all the way to New York City. Benjamin had always wanted to see New York City. But when the word came again, the community sent the same answer. You are shut of us. You have warned us. We will stay. Now it happened that 30 miles south, in another settlement, a man by the name of Robert Nasmith had this impulse that he should go north. He should go to New Easton and worship with friends there. But he put it aside. It was a 2-day walk. But it came again. And he said to himself, you go. He prepared himself and he walked north. Now, Rebecca Hoxie had noticed Benjamin's reaction. And she said, Benjamin, thee knows that we cannot leave. We must have the doors and windows in our meeting house before snow blows. You've heard me say this to thy father 100 times. Benjamin could hear the tone of "we must not worry the children" in her voice, but he went and leaned against her as though he was much younger than 9, and he could feel her arm tighten around his shoulder. He went into the meeting house, and indeed the doors and windows stood open. In fact, the children remembered that at one meeting a bird had flown in one and gone right out the other. They would like that to happen again. Benjamin saw that there was a visitor sitting next to Father on the facing bench. He wondered if he would minister. He hoped that he would. And then the visitor did get up, and he said he came to applaud them in their resolution to stay. And he said, "Why? How shall the children of truth be protected?" Yeah. I will speak to you in the words of the psalmist. He shall spread his wings over you, and you will not fear the terror of the night or the arrow that flies by day. And then he sat down. Benjamin saw that Sarah had fallen asleep in their mother's lap, but he was too old for that.